Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Summit 2, America Style by G2A.com. I'm Zayori, that's Marlini. We've got 4 games today, man.
And I get to watch Leviathan for the first time.
Yeah, you should be excited. Leviathan versus the Gerg squad. Despite the silly name, the Gerginators have been looking pretty good. They've been Gergin.
They've had random stand-ins, too. Has MSS always been playing for them?
I don't know. Since the games I've been casting, yes, but that hasn't been a very long track record. So he was there yesterday. We'll see.
Team Ham Ham.
Team Ham Ham Clubhouse.
Yeah.
A little bit of that's what they wanted to change their name to, but we put a stop to the silly name changing. LD said, if you get a sponsor, we'll be happy to change your name, but if you want to go from stupid shitter name to stupid shitter name.
Or if they're sponsored by Hamtaro of Cartoon Network.
If that's the case, we would have changed it, but I can basically confirm they are not sponsored by Hamtaro, and it is just a piece of fandom. But hey, let's go ahead and take a look at this draft, see what's going on here.
We have a first ban Pudge.
We sure
Jenkins, notorious for his Pudge.
We saw it the other day. I think I was casting with Dakota, but yep, it's pretty warranted. Pretty warranted indeed. Scary and hard to predict. They do all sorts of different stuff with it. Off lane, they do tri-lane. Sometimes he just goes position 4 roaming. It's crazy. So if you want to play something more standard, I understand the ban. Razor Jakiro, first picks from Gerg squad. Very standard. Nothing crazy about it. They want to knock some towers down. Leviathan, they pick up Viper and Abaddon. And oh, there you go. There's Tide Hunter. A little bit of off-lane team fight for their third pick.
Just super tanky. 3 heroes. Very difficult to kill. Viper, a lot of physical mitigation from Tide Hunter. A lot of magical mitigation from Viper. Nice mech carrier. They have the Anchor Smash too. It's attack speed mitigation. I mean, they have it. These 3 offer a lot. But what they lack, late game. Lane control from the non-Viper lane. They have terrible roaming from the Abaddon, not great jungling skills, and not too much greed ability too, because none of them farm particularly fast, aside from maybe Tidehunter and Ancient stacking. So, Gerg squad maybe looking to capitalize on those.
Yeah, decent anti-push so far. Tidehunter's like kind of good. He's good every time he has his ultimate up.
He's good once he has his blink.
Yeah. Abaddon can be okay to help out heroes like Tide or Viper with the shield and throwing out some sustain. But in general, if Gerg squad just go for one of these nasty pushing lineups and
yeah, like Lycan plus a couple here. Oh, Lycan's first ban from Leviathan, so never mind that.
But they could still get Nature's Prophet. They could still grab a Rasta.
I think Lycan's really Lycan and Jakiro are the crux of the push strategy, though.
Yeah, you can't do it without both.
I think it's significantly weaker without both.
Okay.
I think both is just absolutely monstrous, and you can get like Tree, Abaddon, Omni, Necrolite. You can fill into others. You can get Viper even if you want to. Dazzle. All the others are replaceable, but Jakiro, he makes it so that if you fight under the tower, it's pretty much an even playing field for the sieging team, which is a very unusual trait in a hero. And Lycan just boosts your damage up by significant amounts, and he's a good frontliner. Too, with his highly magic resistance wolves, as well as just tons of HP and almost more than max move speed with his thing.
Well, they think about it for a while. Gerg squad settles on the Faceless Void, so it looks like they'll stem away from the all-in push. Maybe take heed to some of your advice here, Merlini, and get a little bit of team fight action of their own. They've got some macro pyres to put in their chronospheres. I like where they're going with this. Skywrath, yeah, they banned out themselves. Would have been another nice support here that they could have grabbed.
Yeah, Faceless Void, Jakiro.
I want to see more Shadow Shaman, man. That's the guy that's really fallen out of favor.
He's weird in that he just immediately phased out with like a very minor buff or minor nerf.
It was was it movement speed?
It was a cooldown increase on his ultimate, as well as increase on mana cost of Shackle. I think it's 140 at all levels instead of 110 or 140.
I guess that hurts. I mean, that's a pretty.
It's all right, but I mean, look at Skywrath. Skywrath got much more significant nerfs over consecutive patches, and he's still, first phase banned, sometimes first phase picked, sometimes second phase.
Yeah, I think Rosta's in an okay place, though. I think he obviously works well with push strats, and still if you can get a Blink Dagger on him, the instant cast Hex is still just so ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
Remaining.
I'm actually surprised he's not picked as often, though.
Yeah, I don't think he's an every game kind of hero, but I think he deserves more love than he's getting.
He's very terrible versus Leviathan's lineup, though. Like, there's no good Hex targets. If you Hex Abaddon, it's a loss. If you Hex Tidehunter or Viper, it's also like a loss, too. So he's not as good for like the sustained fights, but he's really good at just a lot of instant burst damage and tower pushing capabilities. But I mean, Jakiro is slightly better in some of the aspects. He's not as good against BKBs, but he's still pretty decent with the change of the Yules. I think the change of the Yules has just made Jakiro much stronger than your carry like Shadow Shaman, and Jakiro is just a lot more tankier too. So.
Yeah, just the nature of not being able to blink right after and getting that free ice path. We've seen that set up stuns on so many. It's just ridiculous. There's no other way to put it. Gerg squad grab another support that works well with the Chrono. That's the Ancient Apparition, throwing snowballs in and forcing out some shatters. Leviathan, they grab out the Witch Doctor. So something tells me we might see some mid-game clashes here, Merlini. Lots of fighters.
Yeah, Leviathan, their teamwork is significantly better than a lot of the other NA teams that I've seen.
Radiant team pick.
With their very strong 5-man potential with Abaddon and a Witch Doctor, and probably an early mech coming out from Viper, or maybe Tidehunter, that's something that Gerg squad's going to have to cope with sooner or later. And Faceless Void is not the best versus this kind of strategy either, because you can't kill anyone with a Chrono this early into the game. Like, 15 to 30 minute is when Leviathan's really strong, and maybe like if he's really stacked, or he gets like early first blood. But even then, like you don't really want to go on a Tidehunter. Abaddon's immune to dying in Chronosphere, and Viper is also a very terrible target. And outside of that, you have Witch Doctor. If you don't get him, he's just going to cast Death Ward, and you trade ults, which is really bad because Chronosphere is pretty much their big game-changing ultimate in team fights. So yeah, one botched Chronosphere could lead to like 2 or 3 towers, and there's a lot of pressure on that Faceless Void.
Yeah, it's probably...
10 seconds remaining.
I wonder who's going to be playing the Void here. Probably
5
Justin.
seconds remaining.
Depends if they safe lane it or off lane it, I suppose. But here's a fun one. A little bit of the Troll Warlord. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is a hero that Leviathan like to pull out every so often. It is one that they're pretty comfortable with. The Shredder Troll Warlord. Something to watch out for, Merlini.
Troll's seen some more play recently. I'm not exactly sure why, because he really hasn't been touched in a few patches, and he doesn't really excel in that much. He's good at damage mitigation, and that's probably what they're going for. In between like Whirling Axes and Anchor Smash and Viper Strike, like no one's going to be doing any damage on Gerg squad, so that's kind of cool. Also, like the buff persists of Whirling Axes persists, like if you get chronoed, so it lasts for 3 seconds, so that's also kind of cool too. Like if you cast a Troll, or that's like another 3 seconds that Faceless Void doesn't really want to initiate on, and sometimes that's, all you're going to get. You want to get that instant where you'll see 3 heroes in a perfect Chronosphere, and anything that will disrupt that window of timing just makes his job even more difficult. So Faceless Void, MSS, I mean, he's the right person to do it.
Yeah. And there we go. Justin takes the Weaver with their final choice, so MSS will take the Void off lane. So it'll be a safe lane farming Weaver. Reality will end up heading mid on the Razor, and that leaves the 2 supports, Jakiro and Ancient Apparition. So overall, it sounds to me like you're liking this Leviathan draft a little bit more here.
Yeah, I think the draft is... It just has a clear
10
purpose.
seconds remaining.
Out-sustaining the enemy opponents, very good heroes versus the Chronosphere, and... not great tower pushing abilities, but good enough that Gerg is going to be forced into bad positions where they can't split push faster than Leviathan can push, and they don't want to lose too many towers to give up map control. So yeah, Leviathan's is just slightly better, I'd say. Like Weaver doesn't really fit into like who's he really going to try and kill in this particular lineup. They don't have any disables to stop the Weaver, but at the same time, Weaver's not going to be able to do that much damage. Doesn't really synergize well with Faceless Void too. Razor, he's like okay with Faceless Void, and they have this like random Jakiro thrown in too, who's good at sieging towers, but absolutely no one else is good at sieging towers too. But he's also decent with Chronosphere. So Gerg has mild synergy. I think Leviathan just has much stronger synergy across their whole 5.
Okay, and we're going to have a quick quick remake. Apparently, I'm already. Oh God, game
What
client's out of date.
Oh, buddy.
All right. Well, we're coming back to us, Merlini. We need we need a little break here. All right. We are going to rehost. We're going back to East, and we're all going to have to patch real quick. Hopefully, this update is a quick one.
I think I already got the update.
Oh yeah, it's coming. 37 seconds. 10 seconds. She's done. All right. That was easy. No problemo. So. All right. Well, looking forward while we have this quick break here, we've got Gerg coming up in our next game. They'll be playing Stay Free. They were the ones that were all over the place yesterday with all sorts of fun strategies and shenanigans. So we look forward to that. We'll get to see the top-seeded team versus the lowest-seeded team, Complexity facing off against Union Gaming. Union have been in Strug City this entire group stage, Merlini. I don't know what's going on, but they've been having some trouble.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Okay.
And weren't they in the midst of some scandal too?
Union?
Yeah.
Were they the ones that were accused of, I think, pausing and doing puppy pauses, basically? Pausing, looking at ward locations, then coming back.
Probably.
I think. Maybe. Sounds
about right.
Sounds like something that happened recently. Well, I don't know. Maybe they got over that. Now they're on a lose streak. I'm not really sure what happened, dude. I haven't seen all their games, but I know standings-wise, I think they're 0-5. Actually, I think.
Are they really at the bottom? I don't think they're at the bottom.
Union?
Yeah. Is it Union?
Let's
Maybe.
take a look here. Oh yeah, it's Union. 0-5. Stay Free are 1-6. Stay Free are technically the only team that's 100% eliminated with 6 losses. So we're getting to that point.
Union still has a chance.
Group stage. Yeah, Union could win out. Then cross their fingers for tiebreakers, and maybe with a little bit of luck, a whole lot of passion, a couple of rainbows, and maybe they can make it.
That's
optimistic. Yeah, it's very optimistic. I want to see more Navi US, and are they on the docket today? Our final game is Swag versus Not Today is our last game.
Leviathan is actually one of the teams that has one of the more stable rosters in the NA scene. I mean, even Navi US has had their fair share of roster issues. And it seems like the South American teams also seem to be pretty consistent too, like XCMB and Pain, also known as Not Today.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure about Union's roster, but maybe they're doing okay too. It seems like the U.S. and Canada team, they just shuffle nonstop.
Okay. We're probably going to have to do CM again. Well, I think, was it Gerg squad that really wanted CM last time?
CM's fine. I mean, they were really quick about it last time.
Yeah, they were pretty quick. I'll ask them for good measure here.
Well, looking good in the lobby.
I think CM. Okay, we're good in the lobby. Okay, CM it is. Teams ready. Go.
Go. Well, it's not like they have to think about their.
Shredder says, "Wait, Pandago." You just mean same heroes, right? Same heroes.
They should have that option in the lobby settings where you have like normal creep timing, like 45 seconds, or what is it, 1 minute 15 or 1 minute 30. I don't exactly remember which one it is, but it's around that.
It's long enough.
Dude, what happened to your Dazzle, man?
Oh shit! I keep forgetting to change it. I don't know how it got changed. I must have done it by accident. I don't even play Slark. I don't know where this came from. I think this came from TI. Sure you don't. I wish I could play Slark, man. That hero's annoying as hell. I hate playing against Slark. That's one of the worst. A good Slark player, dude. Oh, it's never any fun. He's just too elusive. He's so slippery. You're trying to grab onto him. It's like an oiled up pig, you know? Trying to tackle him, and he's just running away squealing.
That's true.
You're from Georgia. Didn't you guys ever play Catch the Pig?
No. Is that a thing?
It's a thing. I don't know if it's a Georgian thing, but it is a thing.
I never heard of that.
It's like, they might do it in Australia. I don't know. Maybe we should ask David Parker.
He's ignoring you.
He's in the zone. You ever oil up a pig and try to catch it in Australia? Is that a thing? No? Okay. It happens somewhere. I saw it on a cartoon once.
You crazy.
All right. Fair enough.
Crazy, man.
All right, maybe chat will be on my side here. Just have to wait 2 minutes.
Dire team pick.
It's a tough life, dude. So they are going to just go through real quick. The bands aren't
going
Radiant
with similar bands too.
Similar-ish, yeah. Pudge, Axe, Warlock,
Brew,
Necro.
Cool.
Union. So it should be good games coming up today, but first up here, actually, where did these teams sit in the actual standings? All right, we got a draft. Looks good. Everything's the same. So Leviathan, they're actually in third. They've been looking damn good. They're tied with Not Today in terms of losses, a couple less wins, but they are 5-2. And the Gergs, they are 3-4. So old Gergy, if they want to win, they need to. You know, I tweeted at what is hip the other day, the actual Gerg, and he doesn't even know who's on his team. Apparently, this is a different roster than the original Gerg squad.
Yeah, wasn't it
He does
originally
not
like
approve.
Demon and stuff?
I want to say yes. I think Demon was on it. Wasn't this the Jigglebilly team too?
Who knows, dude? Dude, they're rocking Dusky the Husky.
Oh, who's doing it? The Gergs?
Pandago.
Oh,
I remember Pandago. He also had like a Elgato with like
yeah.
an absurd amount of views.
I remember when I met him in person, I was like, dude, you're rocking that Elgato. You're the man. That Husky is cute. That is. I wish we. That makes me want to get a Husky, even though I know I don't want one.
Nibbles the War Toys. Wardus.
Nibbles. Oh, watch out, Shredder. Is this your first blood? No. He'll be fine. I want to look at this courier. Come on, guys.
Dude, they have an
Seconds
awful
to
first blood
battle.
lineup. How are they going to first blood people? Team Gerg.
Nibbles the Wardus. I like that. They're just trying to get some wards down. I don't think they really wanted to fight.
Yeah.
Block out the pole camp here.
They aren't scared.
Get some Mike Wazowski wards going on. Get the other one up on the top rune.
It looks like they're doing, what, 2-2? So, not utilizing the pull maybe too much. Witch Doctor does have a sentry rune available, but only one.
Singleton Sentry.
Good luck.
Yeah.
This is a hard one to find.
The battle begins.
If you place on a normal tree right above the spawn, you'll see it. For my armor. Guess either left or right, or guess down, which...
Yeah. It's a pretty good ward spot.
Yeah.
Can't deny it. The other Dire Observer goes down high ground outside of the Roche Pit, so a little bit of rune control. No counter warding attempts yet. Abaddon's got the other sentry. You almost got me saying Abaddon, man. I'm trying to break that habit. Get out of here, Merlini.
Abaddon?
It's Abaddon.
Abaddon.
You know it's Abaddon. You're just stuck in your old ways. You're still using... Get onto the metric system, dude. Come on, this is 2014.
Did we ever look up an official pronunciation of it?
I'm not sure, but I'm almost positive it's Abaddon. I'm gonna go with 99%.
Wow, really?
I'm almost sure. Just look at how it's. Well, hold on. MSS down bottom. He's getting poked. Okay, just look at the spelling. The double D doesn't get,
Look at Sunken.
grossed over.
He's using taunts. He's like trying to zone out MSS and he's taunting right in front of him. It's pretty awesome.
By the way, that pig is a southern U.S. thing, so there you go.
I know nothing of that.
Well, maybe not Georgia South. Gotta go to the deep South, dude. Maybe we should ask
Georgia
Brian about
is
it.
deep south.
Yeah, Alabama's the deep South, dude.
MSS, man, he's just getting right clicked. So much for him farming.
Yeah, Boyd not getting a hell of a lot. The 2-1-2 working for Leviathan out of the gate. They'll have, what's his name here? Frosty. Yep, Pandago on the Ancient Apparition. He'll be doing the stacking and pulling in the jungle for now. Get a little lane control back. Leviathan did not block the camp, so they should be able to control the lane fairly well. Tide getting a good bit of farm out of it. 5-0 out of the gate. And actually doing a little better than the Weaver. Justin only 4-1. So mid lane, Viper versus the Razor. Razor doing quite well, 6-4 against the 3-2 Viper.
Yeah, Razor's getting harassed a lot by Viper, so it may pay
Dire's
off
bottom
that Viper's
tower
harassing
is
him
under
this much.
attack.
But, I don't know, Razor had 6 tangos to start. Might not be so successful. Yeah, I mean, they have really no catch on the side of Gerg. Like, if they want to kill someone, they're going to have to, like, walk into an ice path or get chronoed to get a kill. And that, I mean, that's already really bad considering Leviathan sustain.
Ice Path is like their only stun. Yeah, that's a really big problem.
Hey, bashes, dude.
Okay, bashes. Yeah, you're right.
Cold feet.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Now you're really hitting my buttons here. I mean, MSS, yeah, I guess he could bash some people. So far, he's not looking like he'll be bashing a hell of a lot. But
even in terms of slows, it's not that much. They have, what, Icy Vortex, Time Walk, and Dual Breath.
Yeah, that's it.
It's still like, not that much catch.
Yeah, the 5-man of Leviathan will be really scary once you get this Abaddon and Witch Doctor in the same lane. I think we saw this the other day, where you have the Voodoo Restoration mixed with the Mist Coils and the Shield, and it puts out an absurd amount of
Voodoo Restoration's OP.
Dude, that ability is next. That's the ability. That ability is the reason I pick Witch Doctor in pubs. Oh, man, I hate this necklace cosmetic. He's got the stupid crocodile. Is that what it is?
What's wrong with that? He's
Crocodile
like bad
neck.
juju. He's like New Orleans, man.
The rattle bite, yes. The rare snake charm. I don't know. It just makes him look so derpy, dude.
Dude, he doesn't even care. Look at him, just trading blows with the MSS. MSS has stout and more base damage.
He looks like that machine that Tom Hanks puts the quarters in Big.
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely not.
Radiant's bottom tower
All right,
is under attack.
Razor steals all the damage of Viper in the mid lane. Looks like they go blow for blow. Razor a little worse for wear. All of a sudden, he's only got one Tango left. So does Viper. So
They both went for boots. Trying to edge the other one out.
yeah, well, it's worked out for the Razor. He's still racking up the last hits. 8 up on the Viper, who's sitting at only 10. So Shibby's been putting out the damage, but it hasn't really translated into last hits.
Hamdago getting a decent amount of farm up top. Level 3 up there. 4-minute rune. Looks like we may see some clashes. MSS trying to get bottom. Sunken, stunning him up.
No bounces, just a little stun, but MSS will beat him to the rune. And what's it going to be? That's your bounty. MSS snags it. Up top looks like Tidehunter. Oh, he's got a bottle. He grabs a haste strand. Pandago could find himself in a little bit of a rough situation here. Shield goes out onto Jenkins. Let's see how far he wants to press his luck here. Has another anchor smash, but gets path blocked by the dragon, and now he'll back on up and tides his way back to the lane.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much everyone on Leviathan's team is at full HP all the time just because they don't really have any good harassing potential, too. Even this double melee top against 3 range heroes, not really that much actually Abaddon.
As you say that, Tidehunter taking a lot of damage, but Nushim just throwing out the sustains. Chilling Touch starting to stack up on the Tide, but the bottle gives him plenty of sustain. No problemo.
Easy. Easy heal.
Yeah.
And
Razor.
Weaver plus AA is supposed to be a pretty good combo, too.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Supposed to be.
It is a pretty good combo. You get that Geminate attack, the double frost, double chill.
Especially against a hero like Kraken, or like Tidehunter with a Kraken.
Yeah.
Higher instances of damage are much better. But not working out too well.
Yeah, definitely not. This is one of these scenarios where it's a 3-on-2, and if the two farm at a pretty decent rate, then it's just straight up more efficient.
You can kind of think of AA as like semi-jungle, so he's like 2.5 versus 2, so it's not that bad for them. They're still able to get pulls off and uncontested for the most part.
Yeah. Tide is getting okay farm, though. Not the best experience as he has to share it with Abaddon here, but he's halfway through level 3 and has some decent CS, about 12. So has his boots, has his stick. Meanwhile, in the safe lane, Shredder. I love that name, by the way. It's a good Dota name.
Well, it's also Timbersaul's old name, Goblin Shredder.
Yeah, I know.
So
It's good. He tends to play heroes that you can say lines like, he's shredding them to pieces. Like the troll. I feel like that just fits the trolls. He's throwing axes. He's shredding people, man.
Pudge.
Yep.
Shredder. Yeah.
Shredding people. Well, MSS, still only 4 last hits on this boy. He's still trying to get those slippers, man. He's trying to get that pro-man shield, but he's going to have to run himself another salve. He can't take the axes.
Well, we can just chill in the woods. Easy.
Yeah, Legion some XP.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, I'd say overall the laning phase is a pretty big success for Leviathan. Troll #1 on CS, Weaver getting decent amount of farm up top too, but they haven't really had any close to successful kill attempts on Leviathan. And in the mid lane, I mean, Viper's doing decently versus Razor. It's not bad by any means, 24 to 30. So I think, all in all, pretty good.
Yeah, it's like that early gap that we saw hasn't moved at all. Viper started off like 5-6 CS behind, then the lane just kept on going the way that it was, and it's been an even slugfest since then. So minor edge for the Dire, but Jenkins is just having the time of his life up here on this Tide. Now gets that second point in the Kraken shell. And
time of his life?
Yeah, the time of his life. He's got Aphotic shields. He's not scared of anything. He's just running in there against 3 ranged heroes and says, what are you going to do?
Well, he has Aphotic, and level 2 Kraken, and Anchor Smash. There's not really that much they can do.
And Miscoil.
He will run out of regen at some point, though. Unless they bottle Crow. I mean, Nushim's almost out of mana, and Jenkins is out of HP regen. So you TP in.
Down bottom.
Going
on to KSR. Or KRS, rather. Shredder doing the damage. Throws out the Whirling Axes. One more auto attack. Draws the first blood as they secure the tower kill. Witch Doctor gets the tower, and Shredder gets the hero kill. Oh, boy. What a great start for Leviathan after this beautiful laning phase. Well, at least Void will get a few creeps to farm, but...
Yeah, Void's actually like a pretty big liability at this point, too. Like, he can't do anything in lane. He needs assistance, but even with assistance, they can't do anything. It's not like he can run into a Witch Doctor and Troll. He'll just get immediately Whirling Axe, and then there goes his damage output. So, I like the Troll pickup here. It's really good versus Void. Not so great versus Razor and Weaver, but it's still pretty good. They're majority magical or physical damage.
Nice triple stack of Ancients here for Leviathan, so Tide has something to fall back to. Nushim getting a little time in lane while Tide stacks it up, and then he'll be able to anchor smash those puppies down, no problem. So even more stuff going on.
Reality getting owned in mid. He might die here.
Viper. He just needs
Nether
one
toxin?
more. Come on, you got to hit him with the poison. Oh my gosh, the invisibility rune keeps Viper alive, or pardon me, Razor alive with just a couple of hit points to spare. Oh boy, was that a close one.
Yeah, wow. Close indeed, man. Close indeed.
Yeah, Razor is really starting to outfarm the Viper now, though. Viper's level 8, and Razor...
You know, he still does a lot of damage even if he has all his damage sucked, because he has, what, 56 damage from poison attack, and then a lot from nether toxin too, 80 potential. So he still has to be scared even if he is in melee range. Man, he's going at it again, dude.
Yeah,
Uh-oh, reality. Man.
MSS, he's rotating over. He's level 6 now, has himself a Chronosphere, but not going to find anything. Shredder picks up a Blink Dagger, first big item on the Troll after Phase Boots.
Wow, that's
don't see that often.
Yeah, that's aggressive. I mean, what are you going to do, just run in and whirling axes? Like, I mean, it sounds crazy in theory. Oh, MSS about to get chronoed, or about to chrono? Nope. Thinks twice.
Yeah, they don't want to dive on Shibby. They don't have eyes on the Shredder, who does TP back in, so it could have been a pretty scary dive, actually, with the Troll on his way. They will back out. Now Shredder goes in on reality, hits him with the axes. There's a Viper Strike, and hey, it's an easy kill on the Lightning Revenant. Leviathan grabbing a quick 2-0.
Man, easy Blink Troll gank. He doesn't really have the mana to sustain this, but, I mean, if he gets, like, 2 kills per Fountain Trip, that's highly efficient.
Yeah, we'll see where he goes.
It's like hook me up with a bottle charge, bro. There you go.
And we'll see where he goes from here, right towards the top lane. Are there any dire wards to scout it out? There sure are. One on the high ground there is a Mike Wazowski. So Justin should see this one coming. They don't have any detection to deal with the Weaver either. Still no level 6 on the Tide, so he's not the target they're really looking for with this. Maybe they'll try and gank Pandago, or they'll just look to push the tower. Pandago does run himself a salve, so he's on his way back to the battle. Justin will get completely repelled out of the lane. Has a Keel of power treads, but still not a hell of a lot he can do to stop this push. They will force the issue. TP coming in from the Razor at the Tier 2 tower. And Jenkins trying to position himself maybe to lead some more experience. Still not that close to 6.
But they can't really do anything about this Troll Warlord, or so it seems. He just like runs right in the middle of 4 of them, 3 of them.
He's going for Pandago here, doing a lot of damage. Should find the kill. No, Razor comes back in.
Man, he was way too manly. With the Abaddon help, he should be able to live there.
Where were you, buddy?
I think he was. They were trying to focus the Razor.
He was trying to afraid to dive the tower, it looked like, but one aphotic shield, that would have been completely different. That AA was just a couple of axes away. Meanwhile, Justin and Shibby going at it. Shibby doing the bulk of the damage here. Justin does not have mana for a time lapse, though he does have 10 stick charges. But Witch Doctor comes in, will help him clear off the Scarab, and heals his buddy up with that Voodoo Restoration. Alright, well, 2-1. Gerg strike back as there seemed to be a miscommunication from Leviathan in the top lane. And now Shredder just heads back down bottom and wants to go back to farming a bit. Him leaving the lane did give MSS a little bit of space. Now 31 last hits on the Void. And that'll be enough for his power treads and now about 600 gold in the bank.
Do we see any mech progress on the side of Leviathan? Doesn't look like anyone's going for mech.
Maybe Viper could still go for it. He's got about 1,000 gold. No pieces towards it, but still could be an option. Looks like Sunken on the Witch Doctor will just go straight into an Aghanims. Has the point booster already. I like this build on the Witch Doctor.
The brown boots and axe? Yeah.
Solid. It's good stuff. And if you take a couple of good team fights, your team knocks down some towers, laning phase goes well, you can get an Ags by 20-25 minutes if your team's pretty aggressive.
Yeah, Abaddon doesn't really need items at all either.
Yeah.
So
Good
just
support.
like Tranquil or Tranquil Soul or even Tranquil Bassi.
Looks like Tranquil Soul is what he's looking at this game.
Yeah, it's good enough sustain for almost all purposes. And it's not like you really need defensive items. It's nice if he has a mech, but it's not imperative by any stretch, especially when they have other good mech carriers.
I think Viper's still the ideal candidate here. They've got Tide for the initiation. He's 1,600 gold towards his Blink and clearing out this ancient stack now. So
they're looking for a Chrono on bottom.
Shredder.
Pandago's he's actually doing pretty well on levels, even though their tri-lane it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great for them since they weren't able to really limit Tide's farm. But Pandago, level 6.
Yep. Ready to throw some Ice Blast around. Is now in the mid lane. Leviathan pressing forward with 4 heroes. Ice Blast comes in, will connect on just one. A hit Shibby. But Jenkins in the front line, almost level 8. Of course, has himself a Ravage.
I'm surprised Viper went 4-3-1 build too. You'll usually see max corrosive by 8.
Yeah.
I'd say. And he's level 9, and he's not going to have max corrosive until 12 minimum.
Well, he was having some trouble last hitting in lane, so maybe just feeling like he wanted some extra damage to make his last hitting life a little bit easier. But look at Sunken here, just healing him up. And this is where, even though there's an ancient apparition, I'm sure there's a lot of people saying right now, mech is so bad against AA, but I think it's still useful. I think there's still that window where the Ice Blast hits you and then it expires, where you can usually get a mech off. And
well, armor is still highly useful versus him, too.
Yeah.
Like, Faceless Void and Razor really rely on that.
But Viper's actually not meching it. He's going now with a point booster, so he'll go into an Ags, and there's your blink on the Tide. No early mech.
It could also be Pipe Boys.
Yeah, down bottom, Sunken, TP's home, but will he shatter in the well? That's a different question. It looks like...
Casual Cloak, he bought it and he died. Well, he's stuck with it now.
Oh, man.
That's a trick that you'll see some people do. I mean, technically he didn't lose any gold, so
bottom
I think he's okay.
is under attack.
Yeah, but now he's also stuck with a cloak. If he was going for an eggs, that's not going to be too helpful. I guess the cloak is alright, though. Yeah, the cloak, not a huge investment.
Now he has decided, am I going to keep this cloak or build a pipe and just screw the Death Ward?
Well, Tier 1 tower in the mid getting pretty low. It's actually in deny range. And on the high ground, we've got Shredder. He's looking for the wraparound. And nice deny from Jakiro. Will secure the last hit on the tower, but now Tide comes in. Gush, Shredder's there to follow up. Ice Path off the mark. KRS taking some auto attacks. He goes down. Ice Blast comes through. But there's no follow-up damage and no shatters coming out here.
We're getting good farm in the side lanes, though. They should not have allowed that troll or that Jakiro to deny the tower. I think it's worth it for him, even if he dies. I mean, he's like the only one up there. His team's not even close to them. They see Faces Void farming the side lane. Shouldn't be scared of a Chronosphere, and boom, easy deny.
Well, let's take a glance here at the graph. Still about a 4,000 gold, 1,000 experience lead for Leviathan. Only 5 hero kills in 15 minutes. It's been a pretty quiet early game, but Leviathan have gotten a lot more out of this laning stage. Let's check in on the Weaver, who's been pretty quiet. Old Justin here, he's moving into a BKB first big item. And 500 off the recipe, and there's your Mask of Madness out on the Void. So, thoughts here? Weaver, BKB first, not going for the Lincolns. It's not a great BKB game. Good against the Tide, but you still have Death Ward, still have Viper Strike.
It's not really a good Lincoln's game either. I mean, I guess he is going for the long fight, though, so Lincoln's might be a little bit better than BKB. I mean, I don't feel like they have to blow any big cooldowns if he, like, BKBs, or, like, it's very good versus Ravage at the same time, but at the same time, they are still blow them.
But up top, can they find the Weaver? They have a dust. He will be able to time-lapse it off. Pulls him into the trees. Nice footwork from Justin. And he'll be able to Shikuchi away there, no problem. Top Tier 1 tower, on the other hand, not going to be so lucky. There is a glyph for the Dire side, but Leviathan, they'll bring it down pretty quick. The glyph is used. And maybe they'll go bottom to mount the defense.
Gerg's doing a really good job of fighting on their own terms. Oh, Shivy actually going to die. Or take a lot of damage.
Out. And now the TP's down bottom, so they will indeed mount the defense. Jakiro's been squishing up the tower. The Liquid Fire goes to TP home. Tide says, not today. He'll hit it with the Ravage, and yeah, no way KRS is surviving this one. There you go. Nusham gets it.
So they're sacrificing Jakiro. He's the only one that's died. He's died 3 times, but one time was for the mid deny, probably worth it for him. Second time was to buy time for his team on bottom lane and get that tower significantly low, also worth it for him. So, I mean, overall, Gerg is just doing a nice job of getting a farm Faceless Void, which is what they need to win this game.
Yeah, another 900 gold since he picked up the Mask of Madness. Farming the Radiant jungle could prove a bit risky if they scout him out. He does have a Time Walk and Chrono combo at the ready. Maybe they could even set something up if Ice Blast is available. It sure is. Meanwhile, 4 heroes for Leviathan grouping up in the mid. And up top, we'll see Shredder. He's by himself, bumps into reality, but he's losing damage fast. He's going to be forced to break the tether. Ice Blast comes in, will hit on Shredder, misses the Tide. And it looks like this engagement will end there. Meanwhile, off to the side, Pandago. Nope, Dire's Courier, though, not going to survive the onslaught. Some cargo, and it's a drum recipe.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Leviathan don't really seem to know what to do now that the 2-1 towers are down. They're like running around trying to make Gerg fight an engagement, but they're not interested. Maybe at this T2 they will, but
Radiant's bottom tower
they're not 5 strong. They lost their bottom tower too.
Dire's middle
so
tower
all in
is
all,
under
Gerg
attack.
playing their own pace. This is when Leviathan's teamwork and team fight is supposed to shine. Before Gerg gets BKBs, Faceless Void and Razor and Weaver, It looks like one of those 3 already completed.
Yeah, well, Razor's going for a drum first. That'll delay the BKB there. And, yeah, Justin's is up. So that'll be one thing going the way of the Dire side in the next fight. Sunken, how are you looking, Mr. Witch Doctor? I don't know, about halfway to the Aghanim. Still a good ways to go, but we'll have that Ogre Club coming out pretty soon. And LVT just slowing it down a bit. Looks like SNY will be the next item on Troll. So, Phase Blink SNY Troll. Overall, thoughts? What's your ideal Troll build, Merlini? I'm kind of curious.
I haven't really found a good one that's like ideal in most situations. I think it's a situational one. It's not like, let's say, Jakiro or like Tranquil Yules will get you by in 95% of the games, or like Tidehunter where Arcane Blink Refresher or Force optional will work in 95% of the games too, or let's say Viper with Mech Scepter. It's highly situational. Sometimes you need BKB, sometimes you need flats for the Roshan, sometimes you need drums for the HP and just to support your team a little bit more. Sometimes you need Blink for Initiate. When you're trying to catch a hero like MSS, sometimes you need the HP from SNY.
Boy, there's your Chrono. They turn it around, looking for a kill on Shredder, but looks like that might not happen. Blind proving very effective. The Death Ward from outside the Chrono. Enough to finish off the Faceless. Now Shredder going on to Justin. Taking a lot of damage. Malefice comes out, and he'll be able to just time-lapse it off. That sneaky Weaver. I said Malefice, it's Maladin. Either way. The curse from the Witch Doctor gets cleansed with the time-lapse.
They're making this build work out, though. Shredder's like their main initiator, and they don't want to have to blow big ultimates to try and catch people and kill people. And
is under attack.
having the blink on Troll is a nice way to not have to use Ravage for important kills.
Yeah, he uses the Ravage there to finish off the Jakiro in the top lane, and meanwhile the rest of Leviathan, all mid, focused on the tier 2 tower. They use the battle trance there from the Troll, and that secures an easy tier 2 tower push. A hero that I feel like you don't always associate with strong pushing, but he'll take a team that doesn't have a lot of pushing synergy and just give you so much power to burst down a tower with that ultimate. It's pretty obscene.
Yeah, it's also good for Roshan too. The hero offers a lot of things that traditional carries don't. He's a nice alternative to Lycan, I'd say.
Well, Gerg, they're coming down bottom. Justin may get caught unaware. Shibby coming in. Shredder's nearby. Do they have a gem out? Yeah, it looks like the SNY will be delivered. Just dust at the moment. No sentries and no gem.
I mean, look at Justin last fight, though. He time-lapsed, and then even after time-lapse, he had to immediately back off. So he had maybe like one hit uptime during that last fight. And that's without using his BKB, but you can get a good general sense of how Weaver's supposed to fare these seed fights. It's just really hard for him to do anything. And I don't know where their damage output is coming from. Faces Boy died last time while he has a Mask of Madness. He has to watch out for the Death Ward that just like smoked him last time too.
I mean, that's one battle trance right there. Got the tower down to like 15% HP or so. It's pretty absurd. Now the Viper comes in. Viper Strike on the Razor. LVT chopping at the tower. Tier 2 goes down. 6-3 Leviathan. They're looking strong here, Merlini, and it's not even just the lead they have now that I say that, but it just feels like Gerg squad don't have the tools. You've talked about the Weaver not really fitting in, and just in general, unless they've got a Chrono and all 5 ready to go, their priority is getting farm on MSS, and he's sort of getting there. I mean, he's got 1,800 gold, but
yeah, they needed a right-click damage-based hero, like let's say Gyrocopter or something like that, or Bristleback. Those are pretty good. Where if you get Viper Struck, if you get Troll, oh my goodness!
I mean, look at this. Shredder's just wrecking him. He forces out a Chrono. MSS goes to chop at him, realizes, hey, I'm blind. I can't see shit. Backs on up, and
he's also blinded.
That's it. He's blind and blinded. I mean, he's just throwing that hammer around willy-nilly.
And now without Chronospheres, should be fairly easy T2 for them. Maybe they can get a trade out of it. Should be trying to get a kill on someone on bottom, but I don't know. This is
bold, Viper. This is bold. He goes in onto Jakiro, forces the TP out. Now he's got to square off with the Razor. He TP's out. What an exchange. Razor wins, I guess. Last man standing.
Still, they take out the Jakiro of the fight, which means that the T2 on bottom is safe. And that means they can push the T2 on top without having to exchange one on bottom. No Chronosphere means no fight.
Yeah.
Even if it is 4v5. Oh, actually, maybe they are going for it.
They're thinking about it. Only tower remaining for Gerg outside of their tier 3s. And no, it doesn't look like much of a defense will be made. They've only got one hero nearby, and it's the Jakiro. He won't be foolish enough to walk up towards that. He's seen what Shredder can do with that Blink Dagger, and he wants no part of it. So yeah, they'll just chop this baby down. Shredder's even just tanking it. Look at this guy.
Is under attack.
What a troll.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, they're making very good use of it, though.
Radiant
I like
structures are
him
fortified.
in this sort of position. He's like a tower pusher, an initiator,
Dire's
and a
top
tank,
tower has fallen.
and a damage mitigator to other people all over one. Like he's very good about controlling the face's void in team fights.
Yeah. I mean, we saw in that 1v1 just how much control he can put out, how tanky he is relative to Void's damage. MSS does have a Mithril Hammer now. Looks like BKB is where he's
Looking
going.
to go on Shibby, though. I don't know. See, MSS is like thinking about going on him, but they know that's a bad idea.
Troll, uh-oh. Shredder finds him, throws some axes. Tide. He's on his way, but MSS lucks into a haste rune. LVT say, all right, we're just going to try Roche. They'll walk in right under their noses. Dire vision. They've got a ward on the high ground here, but does not get vision into the pit. So they may be suspicious, but now they'll know. Ice Blast comes in. And, yeah, sorry,
stop them at all. Well, MSS needs to go in for the chrono. This Roshan is really low.
And Tide has a Ravage. In comes the Chrono. MSS going for heroes. Ravage from Tide connects on quite a few. Roshan with plenty of hit points left. It's Shredder and MSS in the pit. Shredder's the one that comes out ahead. But now he's completely isolated. They can't get in to keep him alive. Shibby taking some damage as well. Razor, Troll Warlord, and Viper all get taken out as Justin moves out of the pit. And it is LVT that starts to pull out ahead. Now a buyback from the Troll. They want to get back in here and try to finish off this big creep. They find the kill on the Witch Doctor, though. Justin will grab a triple kill. Ice Blast comes in, doesn't do a hell of a lot, but KRS will get left behind. Sunken throwing some axes at him. Now the TP home. KRS will live. Gerg make it out with minimal losses, but now Roche is exposed and they'll be forced to hand it over. So sort of a successful fight. They forced 2 buybacks, but it is LVT that get the original objective.
Nice play by MSS there. He had a really nice chrono. On top of that, he dodged the Ravage by going to the far right of the Chronosphere and just bought his team a lot of time to go in and set up and let Weaver clean up. So, it's
Thanks, SDN. We'll remember that.
it's not like we don't have a timer over it right there. But, yeah. I mean, Weaver, now with the Desolator, may be able to pack a punch in there. They weren't really able to focus him on. Witch Doctor wasn't able to drop his Death Ward successfully, too. So, I mean, it's kind of bold doing that without a pipe, because you know you're going to get AA ulted, and they didn't really like try and maneuver around it.
Yeah. Well, good stuff overall for LVT. Glancing at the graph, that fight does put a little bit of a dent in their net worth lead, now at a solid 7,500. Not too much XP in their favor, but man, this Tide, he's been all over these runes. I feel like every 2 minutes, I see Jenkins bottling something up. That Tide efficiency. Working on a Shivas, and he'll have it in about 400. So his farm looking solid. Shredder, what's he going for next? Looks like a BKB of his own, perhaps. Justin taking a lot of damage as Shredder goes in and jumps on him.
They need a gem.
Yeah, I think it's about time. Desolator's up on the Weaver, so he's turning into a little bit of a hard hitter.
Yeah, they have Shivas now on Tide, though, so that will mitigate a lot of his attack speed and
they still
damage.
have a lot of low armor heroes, though. Abaddon has a Vlad, so that's nice and helps out a little bit, but Witch Doctor only at 2 plus the 5. Troll, yeah, he's about 14. I think that's still a pretty good Desolator game in general.
Yeah, Sunken needs to go to EE build, double ring of protection, dude. He's invincible.
There you go. Negates the entire Desolator. That corruption debuff, as we learned yesterday. Look at that new vocabulary.
Easy. Well, now they have, I don't know, it's a little bit of a problem for them. Second BKB. Also, corruption does -7 armor, so it doesn't quite mitigate it. But yeah, Sunken really does need that ult though, just to smack him down during BKBs. And if they get a good Ravage off, it's over.
Yeah, only 900 gold to go, and then he'll have it. So his farm is still okay. 27 minutes in, still looking at a decent timing. I do like that Nushin picked up the Vlads, and now he does have a gem coming out. So LVT working on those core items that they really need. Frosty, Ancient Apparition, Pandago has about 1,800 gold until he can complete it. So it looks like Tide Hunter, or pardon me, Witch Doctor will beat him to it.
They need the pipe, dude. That's what they need.
MSS, he's rocking the Maelstrom. Pipe on the Dire, or pipe on the Radiant? Yeah.
For AA ult, man.
Okay, I like that. I get down on some pipe action this game. Ooh, who are they going to find? That's Justin.
Just hoping for the GG bashes, I guess.
Where's your gem when you need it? It's on the courier. It's flying on out. Shredder says, oh no, my armor.
Troll has a lot, though.
Yeah, Troll's beyond alright. The Sanj helps.
Yeah.
And he's got the Vlads. They've only got 2 minutes on this Ags, though, so I think LVT want to get a little aggressive here. Abaddon, pretty decent gem carrier. 203, shouldn't really die all that often.
Yeah, especially without a Yules on Jakiro. He's like not even close. Only has a Sage's Mask. Poor guy.
Ooh.
Poor dragon.
Wow, that's one poor dragon. How is KRS so broke?
Well, he's been the sacrificial lamb for Gerg.
0, 4, and 2.
Much better he dies than Faceless Void or Weaver, or even AA. AA's pretty close to a Scepter.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle
Not as
tower
close to a
is under
Scepter, though.
attack.
Well, LVT pushing forward. Viper strike onto the Razor. There is an Ags now on the Viper, so it's okay. Shiva's from the Tide to get it started. He blinks forward, holds on to the Ravage, but Witch Doctor, he just puts his ward down. Reality with the BKB, getting a little too brave. He'll be the second to go down after the Dragon. And it's a quick 2-0. Leviathan feeling pretty good off that trade.
Without Ravage used, too. So that's really bad for Gerg. They can't afford to lose a fight like that. Shredder trying to make use of his Aegis. He has a good 1 minute on it, too. So it's not like they can really do anything in this window.
Structures
Yeah,
it's so risky for them. If they blow everything on Shredder and they just get the Aegis, they just straight almost lose the game.
Yeah, Viper strike on Weaver that time. We'll get disjointed by the Shikuchi, but
tower
goes down. About a 1,600 net worth change off those 2 picks for Leviathan. And now the Dire side just watching their barracks get killed. Not much they can do in a 3v5. Weaver feeling pretty useless right now. He's a bug without a purpose. As Pandago throws out a mana.
What do we do about our Rex, guys? Their 5-man is so strong.
He's just sitting there like the little bug he is, just trying to figure out what's going on.
How do we win?
He's a schemer. Just look at that face. You know he's plotting something. Jesus. I'm glad I'm not a bug.
Yeah, I don't really see what their game plan was to try and stop this death ball. When you see Viper, Tide, Abaddon as your first 3, you should immediately be scared of a 5-man push.
Yeah.
Radiant's
And they'll get the
bottom
barracks
tower,
completed.
Dire's top
Dude, they did all that without Ravage. 2
Yeah.
kills, racks. That's the scary thing. I mean, LVT are just completely in control of this game.
Okay, 1 Rex down. Can they do anything about the second one?
Oh,
or
it's a
second Roche.
Desolator on the Troll, not a BKB. I like it. Corruption's all around, Merlini.
It's great for tower siege.
Oh,
and
yeah.
If Gerg isn't going to defend, then might as well just go. He's not even glass cannon at this point. He's just a cannon.
Just a regular cannon.
Yeah.
An ironclad cannon. Yeah, I mean, Shredder, I like Desolator on Troll just in general. It makes him so bursty. All that physical damage, all those fast auto attacks.
I saw the Sage proc. The Sage proc actually rocked the Razor. You know how he got owned by the Death Ward? It's because he couldn't run away. Because he got Sage. Or actually, it Saged the Jakiro, too. So he got the kill on Jakiro. I don't know.
Dude, every so often, that little slow buff. I think, haven't we talked about that being one of the worst items, like the worst chances? Like, whoa, 16% maim, watch out.
16% chance for a 30% move speed slow. Orb of Venom is 100% for 12% move speed, and it's like it's so
and it does
little
damage.
Well, it doesn't so attack speed though, but
yeah, still.
And it doesn't last as long.
Talking about Value Town, how long does the Sanj debuff actually last?
5 seconds.
That's pretty good. That's a decent window. Yeah.
The Sage machine.
The greater maim, dude. Watch out, it's upgraded.
I mean, if you get it, if you proc it a lot though, I guess it's worth it. If you're feeling the RNG love.
The RNG love. Oh boy. Well, Scepter's up on the Witch Doctor. The doctor's in. He's got the cure, Merlini. It's a little bit of the Death Ward. He's into killing the patient to cure the disease.
That's bad.
That's bad.
Because we talked about how they don't have any stuns. How are they going to stop this guy?
I don't know. I mean, we saw the Death Ward last fight without the Ags basically win him the fight. Now, what do you do? Oh, Justin.
Someone's about to get ravaged.
He's thinking about it. There's your Ravage. There's your Shivas. There's your Burst. Weaver. They give him the fly swatter on that one.
Does he have buyback? Yes, he does.
He might need it. Noosham.
Still, like, what item can he build that saves him from this sort of burst? If he gets Butterfly, the Troll gets MKB. If he gets Leakins, it doesn't do anything versus like a Ravage plus Anchor Smash plus Bashes. And if he gets HP, like, I don't know, casual Vit Boost or something, he doesn't do any damage. So it's a lose-lose for Weaver. And I don't really I didn't really see like how they foresaw Weaver doing a lot of damage in this sort of game. Like
I think
the
a heart
vision isn't
next could be the best. I think that's the best step for him. Just
I
get
guess
some
so.
HP,
But
try and survive.
his team's gonna die too. It's not like he can go up there and bait out like Ravage and not die. It's very unlikely that he is gonna survive that sort of burst.
Yeah. Agreed. Well, Ward comes down on the high ground. Take a look at the Radiant Vision, and ooh, they sentry it. They know. Razor was standing there. He saw it get plopped down. A little minor victory there. Leviathan may wait out until the next Roche before they really try to do it to it. I think it'll be a middle of the ground, like minute and a half or so, until she comes back up.
I mean,
But they're not even going to wait, dude. They're just going straight high ground. There's no glyph, so Gerg need to be a little careful here.
there's just no items on Gerg too, because they're scared of just losing the game. So that means they have to save for buyback. Weaver sitting on 3,000, Faces Void sitting around 3,000, Razor sitting at 2,200. They can't make use of their gold. So you have a lot of dead gold sitting in the game. Whereas net worth is what says 10,500, but if you take and count that unaccounted gold, it's a little bit worse. Maybe like 15,000 gold difference.
And Tide now working on a refresher, has his perseverance. He's ready to rock and Roni.
Yeah,
Just-
I mean he's invincible too. Talk about them not being able to kill like any of their team, like
Yeah.
Troll Warlord, the Ironclad Cannon. Here they go. Maybe they can kill Tide.
Dude, Tide's not even scared. Look at him. He's going in. He pops his Shivas. That might have been a mistake, Tide. He shatters. And, well, they drop the hammer, bring down everything, and they do carve up the watermelon. But Shredder, this guy doesn't have a care in the world. He sees Pandago, just throws in some auto attacks. He'll TP out. Justin will scurry his way to the base, and MSS, he's in no man's land here. He's just heading out of the lane, trying to stay out of harm's way, find a safe place to TP. And the creeps will scout him out. MSS, sir.
Oh, 7 seconds. Oh, they're not gonna see it. 3, 2, 1. Hello, Roshan.
Dude, they're ready for this void. What is MSS thinking? He's just farming up. All right, he's going to TP out.
Oh.
Ooh. I guess they don't have a lot of interrupt either. The Witch Doctor. I'd really
Yo,
know what
bash,
it is.
man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Could have bashed him.
10% bash.
Almost. Close.
Heads up!
Well, good little pick for Gerg. They get a little pick-me-up there.
Still, like in a 5-on-5 team fight, it's just
Yeah, I'm having trouble really selling that as anything too exciting.
it delays the game a little bit.
Yeah, but Viper, oh man, he's got a full heart. And Shredder's got about 4,000 gold, so he can get whatever he wants. Maybe some life steal. No, oh, they've got the Vlads. Yeah, maybe
If the fight
some
goes
heart.
perfectly for Gerg, they glyph the battle trance. They suck all of Viper's damage and ignore him with Razor. They chrono all 5 heroes. They get an AA ulti on Tidehunter and kill him before he ravages or does anything. And
You're talking about the dream right now, sir.
they interrupt Witch Doctor with another 5-man Ice Path. Easy.
5-man Ice Path. Roshan goes down, essentially uncontested. An Ice Blast comes in, but not going to be able to do anything to stop it. Shredder grabs the Aegis. Come on, Shredder.
They have the potential to upset in this team fight.
Wasn't Shredder the name of one of the mouse and the Ninja Turtles?
It rings a bell. Now that you mention it.
Something Ninja Turtles, right? Was one of
Yeah.
the turtles named Shredder?
No.
No, they all had cool names. I don't know. I was actually not a Ninja Turtle guy.
Donatello, Raphael, Michelangelo, Donatello.
You said Donatello twice.
Oh, did Donatello, Leonardo, Raphael? Who's the other guy?
Oh, Leonardo was the one you
Leonardo?
didn't say the first
Oh, yeah.
time. You liked them turtles?
They're alright.
I never really got it. Like, why were the turtles ninjas? It seemed
Don't ask these type of questions. Dude. Just go with the flow.
it's too analytical for the turtles.
It's like, why are Pokemon, man?
Well,
You're asking the wrong questions.
yeah.
The
For some
right
reason,
question
I could
is-
swallow that logic more. Pokemon that could communicate by only saying their own name didn't really make sense, but I just went with it. I wanted to believe.
Oh.
Oh, Void! He gets jumped on
Dire's
MSS.
bottom
He
tower
hops
is under
back. No
attack.
chrono used. Has a BKB. We'll hold on to it also. Viper Strike onto Justin. Doesn't get the Shikuchi off in time.
Man, that's bold. They just dropped that as everywhere. Just like, whatever, we don't even care.
Yeah.
It's a tower range.
Dire's structures are
this guy.
fortified.
And Glyph
One
comes
can't even
out.
go up to hit it. Oh, they're gonna.
They can, dude.
Dire's
Shredder's
bottom
right there. He's
tower
protecting
is
that
under
ward with his
attack.
life, and look how
Dire's
easy it is.
bottom tower
They just
has
can't do
fallen.
anything. They even have a chrono. MSS, you got to do something, man. You're just losing your base. He's thinking about it, but he's slowed. Chrono on 3. Where's the follow-up damage? Razor laying into Shibby. They'll get a kill on the Viper, but hey, it's Shredder. He's on the outside of the Chrono, and he's living up to his name. Lets Reality live. Gives him a Christmas gift early on. There we go. Now he hops back in, just playing with his food before he eats it. KRS, he's getting whirled down, and now Reality, he's back in the fray. He buys back. Shredder goes down, has the Aegis, but look at the cask. Sunken. He's softening him up, and now Shredder back alive. Takes out the barracks, and pretty good fight for Leviathan. Now your Ravage is used, catches MSS, he gets obliterated. Justin and Pandago in some trouble. Pandago goes down first, now Justin on the run, but this Desolator just cutting through him. Reality makes some space for his friend, but it will cost him everything and anything. The Revenant gets chopped down. GG is called by the Gerg squad. And Leviathan, they're coming in hot. They're still in third place.
Outdrafted, dude.
They are looking good.
They didn't necessarily play that badly on Dire. Like, it was just no response, man. No good response besides feed and hope for the best.
I really just don't see how the Weaver fit into that, though. What was the general plan? You know, what were you hoping for when you picked the Weaver into that? I don't even think Justin played poorly. He was 5-1-0. What could he have done better?
No, I
not much.
think it's a draft issue, though.
Yeah. Well, that's game number 1. Our second game starts in about 10 minutes here, folks, and it will be Gerg once more against Stay Free. So we'll see if they can get some vengeance here, try their luck.
Second pick Sniper, third pick Pudge.
All right, let's hope so. We can only hope, the dream. So, all right, guys, stick with us. We got plenty more Dota 2 action coming your way here for the Summit America by G2A.com.